Wake up, wake up, wake up, as Spike Lee would say. It is the Political Brown Kid here, back again. And I want to do a video today on just the Hellenization of black people. I think that the black race is, I think as a black race, as a black culture, I think we are done. It is over for the black race. It is over for black people. You can disagree with me all you want, but you are wrong, baby. You are wrong. The black race is done. There's no more black. Well, there's the black race and the black culture is being phased out, and we're the ones doing the phasing out. And it's sad. I'm really do. I mean, I was a follower of um, Hebrew Israelites, and I'm not going to mention the Hebrew Israelites brother's name. He wrote a book. Um, he wrote a few good books, actually. And it was just talking about the Hellenization of black people throughout the diaspora. And that is exactly what it's been going on. The Hellenization of black people has been going on for a long time, but it has reached acceleration mode. And it has reached really a line. It has reached a point of no return. Black people are not turning back. They're not turning back to being black. And I don't see us going back to being black. You may be black in terms of your genetic composition, your DNA, your melanin, your carbon. You may be black in terms of the way you phenotypically look, but as far as for your culture and your mindset, you are done. And pretty soon you'll be done as a black person as far as genetics is concerned, because there's so much interracial mingling going on. Black people are getting lighter and lighter and brighter, and they're not even claiming being black. They're just claiming being mixed because it sounds exotic and cute. So that's one reason why you're done. One reason why you're done is because of the interracial coupling that you're doing. And black people are willingly doing it. They're willingly saying, I want to have me a light-skinned baby. I want to have me a Blasian. I want to have me a little light-skinned baby with a white person or with an Asian person. And they're purposely doing it for looks. And they just, black people, I already told you all in several of my videos, black people don't even like each other. They don't even find each other attractive. Even if they find each other physically attractive, they can't deal with each other mentally. Can't even deal with each other mentally. Can't, continually fighting. Feminists are fighting the men. The men are now more conservative leaning, and the women are very hyper liberal. They don't even get along. They don't even like each other. So that's one way. The physicality, as far as for being genetically black, it probably about 56, maybe it's going to take longer, probably about 100 years, black race will be done, at least in America. Still have Africa to work with. Still have Africa. It'll take a longer time to wipe them jokers out, but it's working its way through. But here's also the other reason why I say culturally and from a mindset perspective that black people are done. Black people are doing things that black people just did not do. And it is sad to see. And I'm not trying to brag on it. This is in a bad way. I remember 20, 30 years ago, black people had a particular pride in their culture. You had black names, black men, boy names, black girl names. Like you don't see black female names. You do not. It's hard to find a Lakeisha running around. It's hard to find a anything, Latanya. It's hard to find Nakeish. It is hard to find those. When you find those are in your older generations, the last generation. Go look at the millennials and go look at your Gen Zers. You're not going to see that. You're going to see Becca. I had a Becca come to my house the other day. No lie. Black girl named Becca come to my house. Her name's Becca. You have black girls named Mary Ann, Mary Kate, like these trailer park names. I swear to God. You have so many. Now you're going to see a lot of Megans because of Megan Thee Stallion. You're going to see a lot of black Megans roll out. A lot of black Megans. You're going to see a lot of black Britneys roll out. You're going to see these names. So that's culturally, you're phasing yourself out. You're not going to have any more ebonies, more mahoganies. Black people love to name themselves exotic names like Asia. You always see an Asia walking around, or China. Ain't even never been to China. Never been to China, never been on the continent of Asia, the Asian continent. But yet these black people continually nickname themselves China and Asia. They don't nickname themselves Africa, Kenya, none of that. But from a mindset perspective, we are going towards Becca, Megan, going towards these standard European Christian, good old God Christian names. So that's one way we're being phased out. The other way we're being phased out is look at how particularly the women are acting. And I hate to sound like I'm picking on the sisters, but sisters are just out of control. They're doing things that only white girls used to do. Black people have now gotten more money, and now we are bought into capitalism and bought into the system. Back in the day, black people used to be appreciative for the things they had. Now they're acting just like white people. They just get out of control and belligerent and entitled. Remember, black people didn't used to be entitled. White people would be entitled. I demand this type of treatment. Walk into a place demanding things like they own the world and not being satisfied with particular treatment. Now you see it from black people. Belligerent on planes, getting kicked off planes, fighting in the airport. And the worst part about it is now black girls are degrading and desecrating their bodies. Black people didn't used to get tattoos. That was white people thing. White people got tattoos. And then black people would, and the funny thing about black people getting tattoos is you had the darkest jokers using black ink on their body. And it's like you got to get up close on them just to see what they got tattooed on. It's like, why didn't you use white ink or yellow ink, something that would contrast to get your skin? This definitely is not 508 compliant. This does not provide, you are not compliant with the visually impaired. You're not using contrasting ink on your body. They don't do it. But black people are just, we're heavily into tattoos. We've never been into tattoos, but we got into tattoos in the early 2000s. But that was a white thing. Now black people have gone down that path. Black people never went to cigar bars, never heard anything about a cigar bar. Now, you can't find them. Every time you see a black person, and even black women, they in a cigar bar, smoking a cigar, hanging out in cigar bars. You didn't see it. And these are just light things. I know y'all like, man, he being petty. I'm just picking on the light stuff right now. Black people did not get body augmentation surgeries. Black people did not get rhinoplasty. They did not do nose jobs. Black people did not do boob jobs. Black people did not do butt lifts. White people didn't even do butt lifts. Butt lifts became in, I guess, once white girls saw that they could, hey, I can augment my butt to look like a black girl. Then they started doing it, and now all of the sisters are doing it. They running over to God knows where, to all of these foreign countries to get butt jobs, or going here in the States and getting butt jobs. So just had, what's the name's girlfriend? I'm not gonna mention her name. Just had a famous comics girlfriend just pass away. Getting, I don't know what surgery she was getting, but people online say that it was body augmentation. I don't know what she was down there doing. Maybe that wasn't the case, so that's why I'm adding this in. That's what I heard. But black people didn't do that. Black people was proud of who they were. Black people stayed true to who they were. We did not do body augmentations. And now everyone wants a thin nose. Everyone wants to inject stuff into their lips. Everyone wants boob jobs. Like white girls used to do this. You think about this. White girls in California used to get a breast augmentations for their 13th birthday or for their sweet 16. That's what they used to do. It was nothing to have that done. Now black people have just taken on white people's behaviors and have run with it. Defiled themselves. And that's why I say we've reached a point of no return. You reached a point of no return. Your behavior, you have aligned yourself with white beliefs, white ideologies. You had black people down there tearing up the Capitol on January 6th, even though I got a kick out of watching it on TV. I found it to be to watch people act a fool. I love seeing people act a fool. That's why I watch Judge Judy and I watch all the crazy shows that I watch on TV because I love seeing people act foolish. And so the January 6th thing, it was a spectacle for me. I had my popcorn out. But you saw them white people, black people down there holding their white girlfriend's hand. I saw most pitifulest black men down there holding their white women that looked like they were straight out of West Virginia. Looked like they've been smoking 9,000 cigarettes in the past year. 9,000 cigarettes in 1 year. And they've been doing it for the past 20 years. And these black men were hugged up and in love with them. You got black people hugging the Confederate flag, advocating for that. You got black women like Candace Owens in love with their white men and talking about being anti-black and not, and being against black, this, black, that. Black people have reached a point of no return. You are too Hellenized and you need to turn back. I don't blame you necessarily. No, I do blame you. Ultimately, the buck stops with you. But Martin Luther King started it. And we're going to talk about Martin Luther King. I keep putting that video off because I'm trying to figure out how am I going to talk about the deficiencies of Martin Luther King in less than 20 minutes. I can't even do it. I could talk about Martin Luther King for probably about 6 hours. All of the failures of Martin Luther King for 6 hours. I'm serious about that. And people don't see the failures of Martin Luther King. I see it. Again, he gets an A for effort. He gets an A for effort. His heart was in the right place, I guess, but you had the wrong dream. And when you have the wrong dream, I don't care what you do, you're wrong. So, I'm telling y'all black people need to pick up a book and read it. Read the Hellenization of black people. Read how you need to turn back. You need to turn back and get back in touch with you. Get back in touch with your roots, your African roots or your African American roots. We came up with the names we came up with and we started a whole new culture, an extension of Africa. We had an extension of Africa. So those where those black names came from, even though people want to make fun of them and call them ghetto names, you don't see people making fun of Mary Kate and Katie Lou. They don't make fun of those names, even though they did in the movie Ted. They called them white trash names. That's what they called it. I'm not saying that. I don't know if that's a derogatory term or not, but that's what they said in Ted with Mark Wahlberg and that little teddy bear. And he started spouting off all those names that they would consider to be that. But we don't look at those. We name our kids proudly after that. But we don't take pride in the culture that we created. And we're so quick to give up our culture and let other people into our culture and let other people lead our culture and dictate our culture. Get back to you. Get back to loving yourself. Get back to your culture. Start loving your black people again. Reclaim your melanin. Darken up your race. Darken up your race. Start back claiming black as opposed to checking the mixed box on your census report. Start back naming your kid, even if your kid is mixed, because that's the other thing that I'm hearing. It's amazing. I'm going to do a video on that on why interracial relationships don't work. But it's amazing how when you have an interracial kid, the parent, one of the parents, particularly the white parent, will say, well, my daughter isn't black enough to be named Lakeisha or LaWanda. They want a black name, but she's not black enough. Why isn't she black enough? But she's white enough to be named Becca or Melissa or Megan or Brittany. She's white enough for that, but she's not black enough for a black name. I'm going to talk about that. Reclaim your names. Reclaim your culture. Stop getting these boob jobs and these butt jobs and these tummy tucks and these lip injections and these nose jobs and these skin bleaches. Stay true to yourself. This is the Political Brown Kid. Take care.